Hey there, I want to show you how you can record and mix pro vocals in FL Studio using only stock plugins. So if you're new, hit the subscribe button down below and let's get started.
Make this right to be. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah. I picked it. Yeah, we gon' make this right to be. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah.
So right here, I have a session, and the first thing you need to do is make sure you set your tempo, okay? So make sure your tempo is set. If you don't know how to find the tempo, just double click your beats, then right click, detect tempo, typically to be between 75 to 150 or 100 to 200, okay? So when you click this, it's just going to like scan and tell you the tempo. And the next thing you want to do is create your recording inputs, okay? So come to options, audio setting, and make sure you're using your audio driver for your audio interface. Right here, I'm using SSL2 Plus, which is my audio interface, so it's already selected. So the next thing you want to do is come to an empty track on your playlist. So by simply right clicking, and then you come to track mode, and then you come to audio track, and then you choose any of the empty inserts, okay? So I'm going to click insert 2. Okay, yours could be insert 1, insert 2, doesn't matter. Then I'll just simply rename this to lead vocals. Okay, so I have that set. And then next thing I'm going to do is open the mixer right here. You can see it is already renamed here, lead vocals. And when it's named here, you just come here and choose your audio input. So I'm going to use input 1 under the mono. Okay, so it comes straight from the center instead of from one ear. Okay, so input 1, which is where my mic is currently set at. It's going to show you this option. Just click yes. And the reason why you need to click yes for this is because it's going to record the vocals into your FL Studio without using the effects you apply. So that when it's time to mix, you have the flexibility of turning them off and fine-tuning them during the mixing session, okay? So I'm going to click yes. And then I'm going to click this right here. Now, when it comes to monitoring, or hearing the sound from the mic, some artists don't like to hear the sound. Some artists don't mind. Okay, so I'm just going to click off. Okay, we don't want to hear the sound at all. Now, when this is all set, one more tip you need to come back here again and set is make sure your buffer length, okay, is real fast. I'm going to take this lower, okay, to about 3 milliseconds, okay, or 2 milliseconds, so that we don't have latency on our vocal recording. So you don't have to be shifting your audio, which you can find to be a common problem in most FL Studio recordings, okay? So once that is set, you should be able to record, vocals directly into your FL Studio tracks where to be organized. But you still have to add some few plugins to get that pro recording result, okay? So the first thing we're going to add is FL Studio Picture. So right here I have FL Studio Picture, and you want to set the key and scale of your production. If you don't know how to find the key and scale of your production, just simply upload your beat to a free website called tunebars.com/analyzer. You can see right here, once you upload, it's going to tell you the key, okay, and the tempo. Most times the tempo may be a little bit off, but the key typically is right, okay? So we're going to use just the key, and then we're going to come back to our production right here, okay? So I'm going to come to A minor because it said A minor as my key scale, okay? And then the speed right here is how fast or how slow you want the tuning. I will adjust this while I do my test record, but I'm going to just leave this at, somewhere around medium, okay? This helps correct the artist when the artist goes off key at some point. So the next one we're going to add is a compressor to keep the vocals consistent, okay? Now, the first thing you need to know is the threshold, because this is just simply telling the compressor when it crosses this point, work on the vocal. So I'll just keep it right here somewhere, around between minus 15 to minus 30 is my typical threshold point. So I just keep this right here. And then my ratio is typically around 4 to 5 ratio 1, so that it really locks the vocal in, okay? For now, this is just a recording chain, so I don't really need to be like 100% precise. I'll have the time to do that when it comes to mixing, okay? So I'm going to come right here to attack, just have it at 8 milliseconds. I can just leave the release. You may want to adjust your gain because typically when you compress, volume tends to drop, so you may need to take this up, but I'll just leave this at 0 for now. After my test recording, I'll know if it's good or not. And now, after you're done setting up your vocal recording channel, you can add more effects like reverb, delay, to really suit your taste. But after you're done setting up your recording chain, just right click and just click clone. So I have the exact effects and presets. So if I turn off pattern, audio clips, and automations, and I just want the effects. You can turn off effects, but I just want the effects. Okay, so I'll click OK. So it's going to come up with the vocals. So you can see that if I come to the mixer, lead vocals 2, you can see that right there with the pitcher and the fruity compressor. So I'm just going to delete this for now because I don't know if I'm going to tweak it yet. So I'm going to delete this, and it's going to ask you all of this. Yes. So I'm going to come back to my main recording. Anytime you want to record, just simply click your arm, the red button, and then you can start recording. So let's do a test record and see how that goes.
But you don't give me what I need, everything goes on. So don't you let me fall, nobody to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn till you see anything goes on.
Alright, so let's hear and see how that sounds. Now, sometimes when you record, the beat tends to be like really loud. So, I mean, I'll just select all of this, get my pen tool, and then just drop the volumes, okay? And then let's hear how it sounds now.
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on.
I'm going to come right here and then open compressor. And remember I talked about, the gain. So I'm going to increase it.
You call me when it's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love out into the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. You, yeah.
So and then let me exaggerate the tuning a little bit more. But I want it to be over-tuned.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this.
Alright, so now let's record again, but it's like add more expression. Like, you don't need to go the whole way. We can just take it like in parts. Yeah, bit by bit. Alright, so you ready?
Let's go. It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love out into the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. You, yeah. See, no, they use me.
Alright, let's see.
Call me when it's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love out into the fire, don't you?
But if you still have issues with the noise, I could just use Fruity Limiter right here. Then I'll come to noise gates to adjust.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love.
So when I solo it.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
So it's a lot better now with the noise gate on. But like I said, when I'm mixing, I'm going to take it out and fine tune it a lot more. Okay, so let's go again.
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love out into the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. You, yeah, see. You call me when it's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love out into the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love out into the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. You.
Okay, so we can continue from there. Yeah. So to continue recording, this is really easy. Just right click and then you can just simply click clone, and it's going to ask you this, and just turn all of this off. You only want your effects on. Okay, so and then now you arm this and disarm this. Okay, if it's going to record on both tracks, so we just want recording on one track. All right, you ready?
I am ready.
So you just sing along so that the vibe catches and it matches.
Ooh, yeah, see, no, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too, girl. Nobody else does me like you. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else loves me like
Let's take it again. Or let's hear the first part.
Let's hear that
Yeah.
part first, yeah.
Let's hear the first.
Let it burn so you see anything you do is on you. Yeah, see. No, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too.
Okay, I like it. But this first part could be a little bit better.
Yeah. But I'm going to take it again.
Yeah. Let's go again.
Alright.
You ready?
Let's go.
Okay, so let me start from here. Again, just as usual, just sing along, vibe along, yeah.
Alright. Let it burn so you see anything you do is on you. Yeah, see. No, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah.
Let's see. Then you just simply trim.
Let it burn so you see anything you do is on you. Yeah, see. No, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah.
I like it. I like. What do you think?
I like it too.
Yeah. I think you enter.
Yeah, see. No, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah. We could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah. I picked the no, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like.
Could be better.
Yeah,
could be better.
yeah.
Let's take it again.
Okay.
Like, be much more expressive. Don't treat it like it's the last part. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
This side.
Yeah.
Like that.
Put more energy in that side. Yeah. So you ready?
Let's go. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah. I picked the beat. No, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah. I picked the beat.
Nice. I like this. Let's hear from the top this time.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love adding to the fire, don't ya? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. Yeah, see. No, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah. I picked the pieces instead.
Nice. Nice. I like it. The flow is just, it's just nice. Just nice. Do you have any ideas for like the backups?
I do.
Okay. Okay, so can we just like vibe to hear some of the parts? Or you just want to run through it?
Let's just hear it. When it's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love adding to the fire, don't ya? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. Yeah, see. No, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah.
So I was thinking we'll do a double somewhere. Like
we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got.
Like you do a high pitch, nobody else for me. Like
right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me.
Like Like you do a double for yeah, just keep going. I'll cut out the parts that I don't think they fit, but just do the entire part. Yeah, try your best to stay high key as much as possible.
Make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah. I pick the pieces. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah. I pick the pieces.
Nice, I like that.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. Yeah, see. No, they use me in play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah.
So let's take a look at how we can mix this song from scratch. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is make sure all our tracks are linked. Okay, so we already have our vocals linked from the recording session earlier right here. Okay, and then we're also going to mix the beat stems. This was just an extracted beat from an original song, so we do not have any rights to the song, but I will just link it to the exact same channel so they all share the same effects, okay, if any. Then the vocals as well, all shared into the same inserts on the mixer. Okay, so if I press play,
time for trouble,
so you can see that I could just rename this into beats. So I have the beat right there. And so coming back here, I'm going to group these lead vocals into one insert so I could process them, the same. Okay, so that I save on resources on my computer. So I'm going to come right here. This is insert 2. I'm going to come this way, take it to insert 2 as well. Take this to insert 2. All right. Then the backup vocals, I'm just going to leave them as they are because I'm going to process them, differently. Okay, so let's come back here.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this.
So let's go back to the tuning. Let's make it a bit more expressive.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see.
When I turn off the tuning.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
And when it's on.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame.
So I could hear some like wavy notes in there. I'm going to fix that by relaxing the tuning.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Yeah, see. No, they use me in play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it.
Okay, so the next I'm going to do is come to the compressor, but I think it's pretty fine, for the settings, even though it was done in a rush. So the compression is just, again, still sticking within -30, and I don't hear any inconsistency. Okay, so this compression setting still sounds fine. Okay, I may just increase the ratio a little bit just to lock in the vocal some more. So that is sorted. Then I'm going to come to the Fruity limiter. This is basically what I use to control the noise in the vocals. Let me solo this so that you hear what it's doing. This is when it's on.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Any time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
So you can hear, less problems in there, but I want to try and also control it some more. Okay, so I'm going to come to threshold and just yank it up a little bit more.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love
when it's up.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need.
When it's on,
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
so that sounds good. I have to be careful with this because if you do it, if you exaggerate it too much, it's going to chop the vocals and make it sound like, choppy and, weird. So you don't want to overdo this. Okay, just do it in a very light setting. Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. So the next thing I'm going to do is use this Fruity Parametric EQ2 to remove some low-end mod, some mid-range resonance, and some high-end harshness. Okay, so I'm going to come right here, type high pass, step 8.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on.
Typically, you want to aim for about 100 to about 150 hertz, depending on the artist, the mic, and the style of music. But I'm going to find my region somewhere around like 120 should be good for this vocal. I may come back and adjust this, okay? But I think somewhere around 120 is good.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is.
The next thing to do is remove the resonance. Okay, just simply squeeze this in and then pull this up a little bit.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do.
So the place that you hear the most consistent ring, you just simply drag it down, okay? I'm going to do the same here.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. Time for trouble, do is on. Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do.
Then I bring it down.
Time for trouble.
Same thing here.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on. Time for trouble. Time for trouble.
I'll simply drag this down here. Then same thing here as well. I'm going to drag this.
Time for trouble, but you don't give. Time for trouble. Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me. Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you. Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need.
Just dampen it a little bit because I can hear a little bit of sizzle in the vocal.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you?
So now I can hear some S's, okay, in the vocals. So I'm going to come right here. I'm going to come to Patcher. And I'm going to come to presets. Now come to Ulane, and I'll come to Intelligence De-esser, okay? So this is how the plugin looks. Just widen it out a little bit. So now to control the amount of S's you hear, but this is just how it sounds upon the default.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is.
So with the EQ, sometimes you have to enable this linear phase mode because sometimes it makes the vocal sound like it has this weird phase going on.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. Time for trouble, but you don't give me. Time for trouble, but you don't give me what.
So you can hear that, you can hear less phase issues right there when this is engaged, right? So coming back here to this plugin, you simply just want to increase the range. You want to adjust the sensitivity as well. This is how sensitive it basically is.
Time for trouble, but you don't.
So you can hear how dark it sounds when I take it all the way up, and when I take it all the way down, it's less sensitive.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need.
And I can use this button right here that says leave highs to preserve the high frequencies of the vocal.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you.
Much better. So now I can come back again, use a second EQ, or I could use, a multi-band compressor, just to make the vocal sound crisp. Multi-band compressor. And my favorite preset to get crisp vocals is the bright right here, okay? So when I press play, I would need to adjust some buttons, but this is how it sounds when I press play.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need.
So the first thing you want to do is relax the threshold on, these parts. Take it to 0, and also here is 0, so it doesn't engage the low band and the mid band, okay? And then you want to reduce the gain on the high band to adjust the amount of brightness you hear. And then you want to come to the main gain to reduce the volume because you don't want that crazy boost in gain.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love adding to the fire, don't you?
Let's bring back some of the mids.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
Let's go back to DSI. I think we need a little bit more push.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love adding to the fire.
And then let's load up a second EQ because I could hear some resonance building back in the vocals. Come again, high pass. Step 8.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need.
But this time I won't be like too, heavy-handed with it, okay? It will be like more broad.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need.
Bring this down.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do, time for trouble, time for trouble, time for trouble, time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love adding to the fire, don't you?
Much better. So this is how the vocal sounds so far if I turn off the effects.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this.
And when I turn it on,
time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love adding to the fire, don't you?
So next thing we're going to do is we're going to use a phaser just to add that stereo effect to the vocals. I'm going to come right here, or I could use a chorus. Okay, let's use a chorus instead.
Time for trouble,
I'm going to reduce the mix level.
time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love adding to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see.
Nice. So the next thing we're going to do now is create a send so we can have our parallel compression going. So I'm going to click right here, then rename this parallel comp lead vox. So this will just help make our vocal sound thicker, more present in the mix. Okay, so I'm going to come right here to Fruity Compressor, and we're just going to like smash it. Okay, take it to like a high ratio. Okay, and then we're also going to make it pretty fast attack and pretty slow release. I prefer to use a slow release. Okay, and then I'm going to adjust the threshold.
Time for trouble,
Then increase the gain.
time for trouble, but you don't give.
And then you just simply blend it with this. Bring it all the way down, then bring it up gradually till it sounds good to you, okay?
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love I.
Let me reduce the main lead vocals.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love adding to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. Yeah, see. No, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too.
So if you notice, when it transitions, there are some cuts. It sounds like it's just not right.
Yeah, see. No, they.
And also here.
Yeah, we could make.
So to fix that, it's pretty easy. We're going to change our timing, change it to maybe none, so that it's more accurate. I'm just going to trim this, and then trim this, and also come right here. We'll trim this, and also trim this.
Yeah, we could make. Yeah, we could make.
Now we're going to add like reverb, delay, and other stuff to make it, even more pleasant. Okay, to create a send right here for delay, I'm going to rename this delay lead vox send. Okay, I feel like it's important to name your track so that it's easy for you to like have them organized. So when you just look at them in one view, you know what is what. Okay, I'm going to come right here. Then I'm going to come to fruity delay. Then I'm going to change this from dry to wet because we want just the wet signals on the send. Okay, then I'm going to come to time. Typically, usually use, if you look at the top left of my screen, typically use either 2 o'clock or 2-step, or you use 4-step. You could be creative and use other, counts like 3, 6, or 8, but most times 2 or 4 steps works just fine. So this is how 4-step sounds. But if you hear it, it sounds crazy. So first what we're going to do is reduce the volume of the feedback. This is just simply how many times the delay bounces. Okay, we're going to reduce it. We don't want too many bounces. Then we want to reduce the input. This is actually how loud the effect is. Although we can control it from the send, but it also helps if you do some control setting here so that when you're adjusting the actual send, it's a lot easier for you. Okay, for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on. Like we'll come right here and reduce it. For trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. So you can even add more creative effects, like using an EQ to like shape it. If maybe you want it to be like more radio effect, or you just want it to sound like really thin with a high pass, I could do that and just sweep across. For trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you can even add like limiter to sidechain it. I'm going to add fruity limiter right here, and I'm going to come to comp, sidechain, lead vocals, adjust this, and right here. For trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn. So you can hear that it sounds controlled, and you won't have issue with the delay falling into the main vocals. And then next we're going to do the reverb send. Okay, again, come to the lead vocals and then create a send for reverb. Then I'm going to load up Fruity Reverb 2, and I'm going to adjust the settings. Now I always recommend using a free reverb calculator to determine what your settings will be. So let's look how to use a free reverb calculator, okay, online. So all I have to do is just type free reverb calculator. And then you can choose, literally any of the options. And then all I have to do is type my tempo, which was 96. And then you can see you have some settings right here. And I typically use, either the large room or the hall. But let me use the large room this time. 39 milliseconds and then 2.4, or if you just round it up to 2.5 seconds. Okay, so 39 and then 2.5. So let's come here. I'm going to come to pre-delay. If you look at the top left of my screen, you see the settings. So this would be 39. You can hold Control or Command to get like final number settings, and if you can't get the exact number, no worry, just click the nearest number you can get. Like for example, the lowest I think I can get is, well, I could get 39, but if it's 41, it's also great. If it's 38, it's also great. Okay, so you just want to come as close as possible. Then next is 2.5. So right here, I'm going to come to decay, 2.5. So I have that right there. Then reduce dry and then increase the wet to about 100%. All right, then you want to increase the room size so that it has an even diffusion, reduce the bass, and then you want to hear how it sounds. Okay, so let's just press play before we do any more settings. For trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. I think the reverb can be a bit longer. Let me use this whole reverb settings. So let me use 4.9 and 7 and 78. Okay. For trouble, but I wanted that long tail. Okay, so I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to come to the lead vocals and just simply reduce the send. For trouble, but you don't. For trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you.
And then you can just simply use an EQ to shape your reverb, okay? Because I think it has a little bit too much low end. To come right here, then just push it.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. Yeah, see. No, they use me, play. For your matter, girl, I don't see you shake it. Yeah, no, tell me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you.
The next thing we're going to do is come to the backup vocals. I'm going to turn this on.
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love I did.
So I'm going to like push this up, you know, with a lot of reverb. So I'm going to just come right here. Then already have the pitcher going on, you know, with the tuning, already have the compression working fine and the limiter, you know, taking care of the noise. So what I'm going to do now is just simply do an EQ setting. Now, how we EQ backup vocals is quite different from how we EQ our lead vocals. So I'm going to right click this, type high pass, step 8. And then I'm simply just going to sweep into it. So somewhere about, you know, 150 to 200 hertz, okay?
Time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you.
So I have that working there. So what we're going to do is, after all of that, we're going to load the reverb directly, because I like to add the reverb directly on the backup vocals to give it that, you know, crazy reverb spread. So I'm going to come right here, Fruity Reverb 2, load it up, then I just simply increase the room size. I won't be using the pre-delay this time, just the decay, and I want it to really spread. And you can be creative right here. You don't have to use like the reverb calculator for this part. You can just, you know, be more creative here. So I'm going to use, let's say 6 or something within 5. Let's click that. Then we don't need to take the wet to 100% because this is a direct application. Okay, if it was, you know, a sand, you want to take the wet to 100% and the dry to 0%, but we'll leave it like this for now, and we'll adjust the wet to depending on the amount we want. Okay, and the good thing with FL Studio's reverb is that it has a cut, like a high pass and a low pass, that you can, you know, use to adjust the texture of the reverb. Okay,
give me what I need. Anything you do, give me what I need. Give me what I need. Anything you do is give me what I need. Anything, give me what I need. Anything you do, give me what I need. Give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? Give me what I need. Give me what I need. Anything you do is something like it's alright. You call me when it's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do.
let's bring back dry a little bit more, reduce the wet some more.
Something like it's alright. You call me when it's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on.
And you can pan it, you know, so a left or right ear, depending on where you want to hear it. That's
something like it's alright. You call me when it's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. Yes.
now, if you're unsure where you want to pan it to, you could just simply leave this in the center and then load up Fruity Panomatic. And then you're simply just going to engage the pan and increase the speed, just simply how fast you want to move from the left ear to the right ear. Okay, so let's just keep it in the center for now, and then the amount is how wide you want it to go. Okay, so again, let's make it, you know, relatively wide. So let's hear how it sounds.
Something like it's alright. You call me when it's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't.
So we want it to be faster so that the first one goes to the left and the other one goes to the right, or vice versa. So let's make it faster.
You call me when it's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see.
And if you want to like go too far left or right, you can reduce the amount so that it controls how wide it goes. Then we're going to go to the next backup vocal.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like.
And we're going to do the same thing, literally just EQ this, high pass, same thing, step 8. I'm going to take a significant chunk out, about 180 hertz.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like.
And you could leave it in the center since it's basically a double, or you could pan to the right depending on, again, the vibe you're trying to get, okay? Or again, you could make him move left and right here, but I think that'll be distracting for this because this is like running all the way through. It's too consistent to be moving, okay? That's just my opinion. You may feel otherwise, but I'm going to come right here and just leave it in the center.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like.
And then send it into this reverb send right here.
Nobody else got besides.
Reduce the send amount.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like.
And so to create a reverb for this part, all I have to do is come to slot 5, then come to Fruity reverb 2 again, and then once again increase the size, reduce the bass, increase the decay, and then adjust the wet as you like it to be.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me.
Reduce the wet some more. I think it's too much.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like.
Reduce it some more.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah.
Then let's increase the cuts.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me.
Then let's also shave away some high frequencies. I don't want the reverb to be like too bright, so I'm going to shave away some high cuts.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does.
I'm going to reduce, if I turn it off,
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody.
I'm going to reduce the volume some more. It's way up there.
Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah.
Then let's hear it from the top now.
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you, so don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. You, yeah, see. No, they use me, play. For your matter, girl, I don't see you shake it. Yeah, no, tell me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you. Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so now we've done the mix and that's how it sounds. So next we're going to move on to the mastering. So I'm going to just simply export this. Now I do recommend you take some time out to listen and spot out some issues that it mix may have, like maybe the vocals is too loud or the reverb is too much or too little, or some parts are just not linked to the mix. I want to make sure everything is well sorted out before you export for mastering. So I'm going to come to File, come to Export, then come to Wave file. Okay, you want to export your mix as a wave file. Typically, it's good you have a destination where you have all your mixes sorted out into. Okay, so I'm going to choose mine, and then right here, these settings are very important for you. You want to make sure your wave bit depth is at least 24 bits. Okay, typically I like to have mine at 32-bit float. Then you want to come to make sure here is stereo. Make sure you have a cut, remember, so it doesn't have like unnecessarily long sustain in the exports. And then you want to make sure you have yours, in case some people may have this on, make sure it's turned off so it doesn't separate tracks. Okay, make sure your inserts and master effects are turned on, because you were literally listening to them while you were mixing, so they have to be turned on. Okay, and then simply click start. Okay, so now that it's exported, this is the audio file, and we're going to begin the mastering now. So now we're going to link this to an empty insert on the mixer, and we're going to begin the mastering. Okay, so we're going to come to Fruity Parametric EQ2, type high pass step 8, somewhere around like 20 to about 40 hertz. That's what you typically want to take out. Now, this depends on your genre of music. Okay, some that may be too much, for some that's just right. Okay, but most sound systems find it hard to replicate bass frequencies at 30, 35 hertz. Okay, so that's when you cut it out. You may not necessarily feel the impact. Okay, you may just notice it because you're the one who produced the song, but other people may not notice that, you know, something is missing at that point. So, and this will also help create more room for loudness, give you more headroom for loudness. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is, if you have maybe some harshness in your mix, you could do some simple corrections here with that. But anything more than that, you need to go back to your main mix. Okay,
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is so.
and if you want to like talk your vocals into the beat a little bit, you can come to the mids and try to like, you know, bring it in a little bit. Again, not too much like this, just about 1 to like 3 dB max. You want to, that's what you want to do right here. Anything more than that, you have to go back to your main mix. Okay, so
It's time for trouble, but you.
make sure you have linear phase mode on.
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
And next, I'm going to use Fruity limiter to like get the loudness going, increase the ceiling, increase the gain.
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
But you have to use a loudness checkout to make sure that you're within, you know, safe spots. And I like using Ulane. It's free online, so just download this and install it. It's free. Ulane loudness meter, and then to like typically make sure you're in the negative in the true peak max, and if you integrate it within -7 to -10, it's a good place to be as well.
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me.
I'm going to increase this some more.
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on. It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need.
Let me reduce the ceiling. The ceiling is working too hard.
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
So let's try to push this some more.
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you.
They typically want to like reset this so that it gives you the most accurate and current reading. Okay,
It's time for trouble, but you don't give me what I need. Anything you do is on you. So don't you blame me for this. Love added to the fire, don't you? I'm gonna let it burn so you see. Anything you do is on you. Yeah, see. No, they use me play. For your matter, girl, I don't see shake it. Yeah, no turn me to wait it. Yeah, we could make this right too, babe. Nobody else got besides you. Nobody else wants me like you. Nobody else does me like you.
and then when you're done doing this, all you have to do is just simply export your master. Okay, then make sure you're not clipping and it doesn't sound like it's squashing this song too much. Okay, so I'm going to come to wave, because most streaming platforms only accept wave files these days. Then just simply click save. Then again, want to use 24-bit or 16-bit. Now when you're exporting for mastering, please use 24-bit or 16-bit. I recommend 24-bit because the quality is higher. If you look at disk space right here, the size 17 megabytes, and right here, you know, 11 megabytes. So I recommend 24 bits because it's better quality. 32 bits, a lot of streaming platforms here do not accept 32 bits float yet, so I recommend 24 bits is a good place to be at. And then again, make sure you're in stereo and make sure you have all of this checked just the way I have it. Now, if you must have MP3, you can simply enable MP3 so I export both audio files at the same time. But for uploading to streaming platforms, I'll not recommend MP3 because of streaming platforms tend to like compress the audio files into something else. So if you use MP3, which is already a low quality file size, when it does its conversion and its compression, the quality drop will be very obvious, unlike WAV file. Okay, so WAV file, when it does that to WAV file, you won't really notice the difference easily. Okay, so I do not recommend MP3, but if you must have MP3, just enable it right here, and then you simply click start, and it's going to export your audio, and you're done mixing and mastering. And so this is how you record, mix, master with stock plugins in FL Studio. If you found this helpful, like and follow for more tutorials, tips, and tricks. I remain Sir Classy. This is SE Toots. Cheers.